Hello everyone, welcome back to Laws of Motion. In our previous class we have seen conservation of linear momentum and rocket propulsion, which are very important topics, and today we are going to see another important topic which you are going to get in your 11th class also. So let us see what is that. The topic is gravitation. Gravitation. Now what is this gravitation? Who has derived gravitation? Means Newton. Newton has given a law, Newton's law of gravitation. I think everyone know how this gravity has come into existence. The story, Newton was sitting under a tree and suddenly an apple has fallen on his head. So he got confused that how did that apple fall down. So he had an idea that why did the apple fall down? Why could not the apple go up? So from there, all this physics, all this gravitation has come into existence. So what we are going to talk today is what laws he gave and how are those laws applicable in our daily life. So the first statement is force is directly proportional to m1 and m2. Force is directly proportional to the product of masses. Now what is this m1 m2? He gave a statement that in the universe any two bodies attract each other. Now suppose this is mass m1 and this is mass m2, and there is a center of this mass m1 and m2. Now from center of m1 to center of m2, the distance is r. In some books it is r, in some books it is d, whatever it is, but it is the distance from center of first mass to center of second mass. What he gave is, the first law is force is directly proportional to the product of two masses. The second statement is F is directly proportional to m1 into m2, and the second statement law is F is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. F is inversely proportional to the square of distance between these two bodies. Force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between the two bodies. F is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. So if you combine these two laws, F is proportional to m1 m2 by r square. To remove the proportionality constant, we write F equal to g m1 m2 by r square. G m1 m2 by r square. Now what is this G? G means universal gravitational constant. G is universal gravitational constant, and the value of G is equal to 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. Now what are the units? How to find the units of any formula? How to find out? So you have this F equal to G, so it is here only. So F equal to G m1 m2 by r square. So you want the units for G. How to find out the units? So write in terms of G. G is equal to F r square by m1 m2. So r square I cross multiplied here, F r square by this m1 m2 is in the numerator, so I brought it into the denominator. What is the unit for force? It is Newton. R square means it is the length, so R square means L square, length square. right? By length square में what is the unit for length? Meter, so meter square. R is the length, so it is the, I already told you distance between mass m1 and m2, so R is the length, so the unit for length is meter, so meter square. Mass m1 m2, mass, the unit for mass is kg, so we have two masses, so kg square. So finally the unit of G is Newton meter square by kg power kg square. Newton meter square by kg square. So this is the unit for universal gravitational constant. This G is valid. Valid on the surface of Earth. G is valid on surface of Earth. Suppose this is Earth. If it is here also valid, here or inside anywhere, but it has to be on the surface of the Earth. So this is your G. Clear? Now here, note this down, and the value of G is very important. You need to remember it to solve the problems. Okay, so one more point is there. We'll see what is that. Now for suppose you throw a ball. Now for suppose you throw a ball upwards, and after reaching certain height, the ball is going to stop and it starts falling downwards. Now with what speed is it coming down? With what speed means we call it as acceleration. Acceleration means what? Change in velocity by time. With some velocity it is falling, and with respect to time also. If in position A it is at 10 meters per second, by coming at position B after 1 second, it is increasing its speed by 20 meters per second. Now what is happening there? Now that body is gaining some acceleration. By whom? Because it is falling down. Now that acceleration, a body falling from a height with some acceleration by the gravity of Earth. This acceleration, by what acceleration it is falling on the ground? This acceleration is called acceleration due to gravity, which is denoted by small g. This acceleration with which the body is falling, the acceleration due to gravity by Earth. The Earth is applying some force. So by this gravity only the body is falling down, or if gravity is not there, the body goes up or remains in the space only. Because of this gravity only, the body is able to fall on the ground. So the value of G is 9.8 meter per second square. Now why meter per second square means? We are calling it as acceleration. The unit for acceleration is meter per second square. So the value of G is 9.8 meter per second square. And for some problems we take it as if in the question it is given, for most of the problems which we solve in physics, we are going to directly take 9.8 meter per second square. But in some problems he will give, for the convenience, he will just give 10 meters per second. So if he does not mention any value, you are going to take 9.8 meters per second. If he gives the value as 10, you are going to directly substitute 10 in your solution. Okay. Now the next topic is relation between The next topic is relation between small g and capital G. Now what is this small g and capital G? Small g means just now we have seen acceleration due to gravity, and capital G and capital G is universal gravitational constant. Now what is the relation we have to find out? Suppose we have this is capital M is mass of earth, and small m is mass of some body, okay. Now what is the force? Suppose this is your mass capital M, this is your earth, and this is your mass small m. Now this distance is r, so what is the force? F equal to g m n by r square, and the radius of this one, radius of small m, r, and capital R is equal to radius of earth. Radius of earth we directly take it as 6,400 kilometers. On approximately it is around 6,364 like that. So we, for our convenience, we are going to take 6,400 kilometers. So this is your F equal to g m by r square. Now what is happening here? After this, if we apply Newton's second law, by Newton's second law, what is happening is, what is Newton's second law? F equal to ma. Now what is happening is, just now I have told you the acceleration with which the ball is falling is called acceleration due to gravity. Why is it being called like that? Means the earth is applying the force to pull that body, so we call it as acceleration due to gravity. So we are going to change this A as G. So we are going to change F equal to mg, A equal to G. Why? Because it is acceleration due to gravity. Right, this point we are going to change F equal to ma, and instead of this acceleration we are going to change it as acceleration due to gravity. Now what is this? F equal to mg means weight. Now substitute the value of F here. Suppose this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Substitute 2 in 1. Substitute 2 in 1. So what do you get? Substitute 2 in 1. So what is second? So if I write this, mg is equal to g capital M small m by r square. So what happens here? M gets cancelled. So finally g equal to gm by r square. Now from here you can find out something. What is that? Is, you know the value of g, 9.8 meter per second square. You know what is capital G, 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11. And and you also know what is the radius of Earth, 6,400 kilometers approximately. Now what is capital M? Mass of Earth. So indirectly you can find mass of Earth. Mass of Earth, if you calculate, if you substitute in the place of small g 9.8, in the place of capital G 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11, and in the place of R, if you substitute 6,400 kilometers, and if you calculate, you are going to get mass of Earth as 5.97 into 10 to the power 24 kg. So this is the mass of Earth, 5.97 into 10 to the power 24 kg. This is the mass of Earth theoretically. So you can't directly go and put a weighing machine, or someone can't lift the Earth. So this is how mass of Earth is calculated. Clear? And note it down. Fine, clear. Our next topic is variation of acceleration due to gravity. Variation of acceleration due to gravity. Now, what is this variation of acceleration due to gravity? Let us see. Variation means difference. Now suppose this is your Earth. This is the center of Earth, and this is the equator. You already know from your social. This is equator. Equator, right? Which divides Earth into two halves. So this is, what is this? North Pole. This is North Pole, and this is South Pole. This is North Pole and this is South Pole, and this is your equator. Now what happens is, now geometrically, you know, I just now told the radius of Earth is 6,400 kilometers approximately. So this part, this small part from here to here, the radius is 6,400 kilometers. So you can also tell the diameter is 2r. So it is 12,800 kilometers. So the distance total from this point, from point A to point B, the total distance if you travel along the middle line joining A and B, the total distance is 12,800 kilometers, which is the length of Earth, total distance of Earth. Now, Earth is not a perfectly circle. It at poles the distance is little bit less. For a circle, radius is equal everywhere. From your maths, radius here it is r, and here also it is r. Both are same. But coming to Earth, the radius of this part is not exactly 6,400 kilometers. So it is little bit less. Now why am I telling this? Because now suppose if a body is here, if a body x, this body x is at the equator at point A. If x is at A, this is A at equator. If x is at x is somebody, if this x body is at the equator, this point A, then the gravity is less. Gravity is less. Why? Because the gravitational pull is less. So if blindly you can tell that for if you want more gravity, you need height. But here the body cannot fall like this. If x is at poles, then gravity is more. If x is at poles, then gravity is more. Now I think you can understand. If x is here, so I think you know the Earth rotates and even revolutes. So after some revolution, this South Pole may be here and North Pole may be here. At some see, everything depends on your what do you say? Perception. Perception means from where you look. If you are here and if you look at the North Pole, the body will be falling like this. And if you are down and if you are looking from here, the body may be falling like this. So what exactly it is? From poles, from North Pole and the South Pole, if a body falls like this, gravity is more. But at the equator, there is little bit less gravity. Those are the 2 points you need to remember. At poles, gravity is more, gravitational force is more. At equator, gravitational pull is less. Clear? And one more point, at the center O. What is gravity at center O? Center O. center O, gravity is equal to 0. Gravity is, you can write 0. At the center of Earth, if you go into the center of Earth, then the gravity is 0. Clear? These 3 points are important. First point is, at equator, gravity is less. At poles, so North Pole and South Pole, gravity is more. Why? Because they are falling from some certain height. And one more is, gravity at center of the Earth is 0. Clear? Now we'll stop till here, and in our next class we will continue with some more content. Thank you.